Coming up tonight on YCN News, Sullivan County Manager Jesse Levine explains the benefits to residents of county services. Sunapee residents plan for the Old Abbott Library's future. And Vermont police continue an investigation into the cause of a one-car crash that ended a 19-year-old woman's life. For more news, weather, and sports, it's time for YCN, your local view.
Now, your daily digest of the Dartmouth-Lake Sunapee region, southern Vermont, and Windsor County. News, sports, weather, and all that is happening in our area. The news on YCN, your local view.
Good evening, and welcome to this Tuesday edition of YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. County government is a key aspect of how New Hampshire functions. From public safety to home health care to UNH Cooperative Extension, people employed at the county level keep the state humming. April begins National County Month. Sullivan County Manager Jesse Levine explains the benefits to residents of county services.
Joining me today is Jesse Levine. I'm going to start again, Matt, because I messed that up. Joining me today is Jesse Levine, the county manager in Sullivan County, but I think she's here to talk about all counties in New Hampshire and Vermont. Today, beside April Fool's Day, is...
It is the beginning of National County Government Month, more or less sponsored by the National Association of Counties.
So, what's the purpose of National County Government
Well,
Month?
it's to raise awareness about the programs that we run, the role we play in local government and in the daily lives of our citizens, and just in general to be out there in a way that we may not have time to do the other 11 months of the year.
So, in New Hampshire at least, what are the main functions of the county government?
Well, the main functions are our nursing home and corrections facility, and then we also operate the sheriff's office. We operate a number of local nutrition programs and educational programs, and we are here to serve just like your towns.
So there's a lot of things going on. And across the state in the other counties, in Vermont and the other counties, do they do about the same sort of thing? Or?
I couldn't speak to Vermont yet, but yes, across the state of New Hampshire, the other 9 counties operate very similarly.
So, so what's your advice to somebody who knows a county worker?
Well, appreciate them. We have about 300 very hardworking employees in Sullivan County, and they are all putting together an involved program of county awareness during the month of April, such as a volunteer appreciation week for our medical reserve corps. That's the week of April 7th. We are doing a ribbon cutting for our new biomass facility at the Unity Complex. That's on April 21st. And on April 28th, we are hosting a job fair, both for Sullivan County positions and for positions that are open and that need awareness countywide for any of our employers.
And so can people go to the county website to see all this?
Yes, please do, which is sullivancountynh.gov.
And I imagine that's true for other counties.
I don't know what the other counties are up to.
But-
We
but-
may be
but they
setting
mu-
the bar like
but-
we
well,
do for some of our other programs.
All right, well, thanks so much. And Rose, I'm going to head it back to you.
Nationally, this year's theme to mark county government centers on resiliency. Prepare, respond, and thrive is the motto chosen by the National Association of Counties based in Washington, D.C. Public Affairs Director Tom Goodman says county government has its benefits, especially as it is responsive to local needs.
Sure. County governments are an essential level of government providing a wide range of services that include criminal justice, social services, nursing care, health care, transportation, record keeping, running elections, and much more. Counties are essential because they provide an ideal regional government, providing services to incorporated and unincorporated areas. There are 3,069 counties across the country, and they provide, as I said, a wide range of services. Counties differ from state to state, so there are some services provided in one state that may not be provided in another.
To learn more about National County Government Month, click on www.naco.org. When YCN News returns, we'll continue with more news.
The YCN News continues in a moment.
Hi, this is Anita from Brattleboro Mobile at Exit 3. The store now offers more products you can pick up when you're on the go. Green Mountain coffee, drinks and snacks, beer and wine, and hopefully your next winning lottery ticket. Also, Brattleboro Mobile has added diesel fuel to go along with the 3 different grades of superior mobile gasoline. And remember, we have a courteous staff, a brand new look, and a convenient location, all at Brattleboro Mobile. See you soon.
Brattleboro Mobile on the roundabout at Exit 3.
Welcome back to YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. About 80 Sunapee residents gathered inside Sherburne Gymnasium Monday night to plan for the old Abbott Library's future. The library can be properly called old, as a new and larger Abbott Library is under construction. Considered a gem of a building by local residents and town leaders, preserving the building for future use is on top of mind of many in Sunapee. Town planner Michael Marquise moderated the meeting, equipping residents with iPod-like poll counters. Marquise asked a series of multiple-choice questions to gather a consensus of possible plans for the red brick building on Route 11. All ideas are on the table at this point regarding the site's use and the building itself. The Sunapee School District may use the older library for special ed programs to reduce out-of-district tuition costs. The town's historical society says the building could be used to better display artifacts and collections. A registered nurse who works at Dartmouth-Hitchcock suggested a site for seniors to gather to avoid them from feeling lonely or isolated as needed. During the meeting, Town Highway Director Scott Hazelton said it would cost between $155,000 to $215,000 to move the old library and put it on a foundation elsewhere. This move could preserve the building and, Gallup notes, allow someone to purchase a cleared land lot. Yet residents question the wisdom of allowing a still unknown entity to purchase a lot and establish a business that may not keep with the town's character or offer more diverse retail shops than now exist. Financial watchdog John Augustine says his concern is that the building will sit vacant and taxpayers will foot the bill for an unused structure that must be maintained.
I am hopeful yet skeptical that it'll lead to any type of outcome based upon our history in town of dealing with vacant buildings. Unfortunately, we've got the old town hall building, sometimes called the Harbor House Livery Building, that we've been spending literally years, I think 7 or 8 now, trying to determine a use for. And my understanding that came out of tonight's discussion, is that nothing will happen until a vote is taken in March, which means that once the current library moves out, roughly September 1st, that building will sit vacant.
The goal of Monday night's forum is to have a warrant article ready for town meeting 2015. Gallup says the court will first need to review the library deed and determine how to repurpose the building. To propose an idea that the court will not approve is foolish, says Gallup. A fitting use for the old Abbott Library is sought that will meet the town's needs and wishes and be legally sanctioned. Vermont police continue an investigation into the causes of a one-car crash that ended a 19-year-old woman's life. The car veered off the road Sunday afternoon on Route 131 near Wethersfield, the Valley News reports. Scotland Silfies was taken by ambulance to Valley Regional Hospital in Claremont, where she died. 20-year-old Seth Smith was the driver of the sedan. Smith was taken to Dartmouth-Hitchcock Medical Center in Lebanon. There is no word yet on his condition. Silfies was a 2013 graduate of Fall Mountain Regional High School in Langdon, New Hampshire. She was employed full-time at National Field Representatives in Claremont.
The YCN News continues in a moment. You're watching YCN, your local view, on WNMN DT40, serving Saranac Lake, New York and the Adirondack region. WYCX CD2, serving Manchester, Vermont in the Green Mountain State. WYCU LD26, serving Charlestown, New Hampshire in the Dartmouth Lake Sunapee region of the Granite State. And on demand at YCNnow.com. YCN is your local view, owned and operated by Cross Hill Communications, LLC.
Welcome back to YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. Now Matt McDonald will have a look at our weather for the next 5 days, and he'll take a look at some local college sports.
Thanks, Rose. Tomorrow we'll have highs in the 50s with a low of 29 degrees. Thursday we'll have a high of 47 with lows in the 20s. Friday we'll have highs in the upper 40s with a low of 34 degrees. Saturday, we're expecting some rain showers with a high of 50 degrees and lows in the 30s. Sunday will be partly cloudy with highs in the 40s and lows in the 30s. And now let's look at the northeastern and national radar maps. Now let's look at our community calendar. Tomorrow, the Walpole, New Hampshire Town Library is holding preschool story time at 10 a.m. The Wilmette, New Hampshire Board of Selectmen meeting will be held tomorrow at 5 p.m. Danbury and Plainfield will also be holding selectmen meetings at 6 p.m. In Brattleboro, check out the West African dance classes at the Stone Arts Church at 7 p.m. Wednesday night. Remember, you can submit local events from your community by sending them to news@ycnnow.com. Now let's take a look at regional college sports. UNH will match up with Boston University on Wednesday in Boston. The women's lacrosse team will have quite a challenger as UNH's lifetime record with them is 13 wins and 22 losses. However, they triumphed over Boston last April. We will have to wait and hope for a UNH victory. YCN News will bring you the results of the game after it occurs. Also tomorrow, there will be a women's lacrosse game with Colby Sawyer College facing New England College at Henniker, New Hampshire at 4 p.m. If you can make it there, then check it out. Otherwise, we'll bring you the results on Thursday.